Here we are at Creston, Iowa at Green Valley State Park. We pulled in Friday night, and as you can see, there was nobody here. In fact, we were the very first campers since the beginning of January, since the first of the year. It is a beautiful day today. Yesterday we spent the day pretty much in the camper. It was super windy, which made it very cold. But today it's supposed to be up in the 60s. There's hardly any breeze at all, and we are ready to go on a hike around Green Valley Lake. They do not have any water turned on. It is the 24th of February after all, so we brought our own water. They do have electricity though, so we're happy. The bath houses are closed, but they do have a pit toilet up by the entrance, and as pit toilets go, it's very nicely stocked with hand sanitizer, plenty of toilet paper, and it's clean. Our friends Mark and Michelle are camped next to us. Our plan was for them to pull in across the way, but they got set up here next to us and we didn't have the heart to ask them to move.
We're such nice and accommodating campers.
They did take our beautiful view away, but we figured that's okay because we're going to go hang out with them after we get back from our hike.
That's right.
So we're starting off on the paved section of the trail here at Green Valley State Park. This goes about halfway around the lake to the dam, and then on the other side of the lake, as you'll see from our hike, we're going to have to walk a little bit on the road to pick up the natural trail that takes you all the way around the other side of the lake. So this is such an uncharacteristic weather pattern for February. Usually February is going to be way too cold to go camping, but we looked at the weather and it's supposed to be into the 60s today, into the 70s tomorrow, so I'm playing hooky from school. Tomorrow we're going to stay over and enjoy this good weather while we have it. But you can see you get a whole different look at the park in the winter time. Yesterday on our little walk around the lake area, we did see a pair of bald eagles, so I'm wondering if there is a bald eagle nest around here somewhere. We've also seen lots of geese. It's the geese migration. They're heading north. And what we think we saw were some swans away across the lake. It's extremely peaceful. Quite a contrast to what you normally find here during the summer. During the summer, the campground is pretty much full. Now, Green Valley State Park does have a few sites that are first come, first serve all year round. But once the season starts, I believe in mid-April or end of April, you can reserve the sites that are reservable. In the off-season, it's first come, first serve for all of the sites. Whether it's full hookup or just electric, it's $20 a night because you have only electric, and it's $12 for tent camping in the off-season. One of the things we like about Creston is there's so much to do here. You can bike on this path that's paved all the way over to the other side by the dam. You can hike. You could bike into Creston because there's a path that goes from the park all the way into Creston. And you can kayak the beautiful lake. Creston also has some interesting historical places. It has a little village, and if you can catch it when it's open, I think it's on weekends, it is free, and it has all kinds of restored buildings and restored artifacts. We've been there once, and it was really an interesting place to spend a couple hours. The state park also has cabins, but the cabins have electricity, and they have a water spigot outside, but no running water inside, so you do have to use the outdoor privy. So as you can see, we have walked all the way down to the end of the lake. One of the nice things about this trail, especially the paved part of the trail, there are quite a few benches along the way in case you need a break, or if you just want to sit and enjoy the lake. And there goes Ron. He's usually hiking just a little bit ahead of me. One, he has longer legs. Two, he's a faster hiker. And three, I am carrying the backpack with lunch and water and our little camp stools. We've seen ribbons and ribbons of geese flying this morning already. This is the beginning of the migration of the geese back up north. Most of the time, they fly during the day until they get to a place where they like the food source. A lot of these farms around here that have maybe cornfields will have the geese eating in the cornfields, and then at night they come back and they roost in the water or hang out in the water at night for safety. GoPro, turn off. So we took our little potty break. We got some water. Ron took off a couple layers, and we're gonna head down the road a little ways, and we're gonna pick up a picnic area. And once we get to the picnic area, we're gonna be able to find the trail. So this is the only downside of this trail. If you're gonna do all the way around, you do have to kind of watch a little bit for traffic. So today on our trail, it's just Ron and I. Mike and Liz, our normal trail buddies, have been off on a Caribbean cruise. It's kind of nice to be on our own a little bit. Gives us a taste of what retirement is going to be. Right, honey?
What?
Like I said, gives us a taste of what retirement is going to be like. He never listened to me when I was working.
Yes, dear. Whatever you say.
Can't imagine he's going to all of a sudden start listening to me now. So here we got to the south shelter where we're going to pick up that trail that goes to the rest of the lake. And look, we still have remnants from the snow that we had, quite a while ago. They do have a couple little picnic areas here, some picnic tables, some grills, bench by the water. They also have a little outhouse here.
We're almost opposite right now.
Directly opposite Bell, and somebody has pulled in across from us.
So they have.
Okay, so now we're looking at Bell across the way, and we're thinking that Mark and Michelle moved so as not to obstruct our view. That was awful sweet of them.
No.
So we're walking on the green part of the trail that goes around Green Valley State Park. It's a beautiful day. It's warmed up quite a bit, especially if you're exerting a lot of effort walking and carrying a pack.
It's for you to have the pack.
Ron has offered many times to take the pack, but I'm good so far. After lunch, we'll let him take the pack for a while. I'm glad that I have my Keen hiking boots. Love my Keens. The only shoes I've ever bought that never had to be broken in. They were comfortable from day one. And we like our hiking poles. I would say invest in good hiking poles. These are black diamond. We like the black diamonds a lot. They have a little bit of a different design. Instead of a round design, they're kind of an oval design, and I think that makes them a little bit more sturdy. Teardrop. Ron says it's a teardrop design, and that makes them hold a lot better and not slip. So as I had remembered, we're coming up to a bench here on this side of the lake. Has a beautiful view of the lake, and we're going to stop here and have lunch. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Nobody's here, just us. A little bit of dappled shade here, so it's not too terribly sunny and hot. And we're gonna have some lunch. And we met up with some other people. A nice lady sat there on our bench after we got up.
We warmed it up.
And there's another couple walking just in front of us. So, and somebody coming the other direction. So this is a great day for hiking. I think people are taking advantage of the warm February weather. And you don't have to hike across the bridge. You could hike down underneath too. I remember now. So we just passed a little access to a fishing area to our right, and now we're coming up here to the end of the lake where there's a stone dam or bridge that will take us over to the other side, and from there we just hug the shoreline down to the camping area. And there's a little overflow pond or lake on the left-hand side of the causeway.
There's the little lake. One end.
And there's the other end.
Hey, that's a nice setup you got.
What's that?
That's a nice setup you got.
Well, we're hoping to catch something so we can cook it. Got our little propane tank. What's in the water?
Yeah.
Everything. Walleye, bass, catfish, channel. Not blues though. No blues in the water.
So we crossed over the causeway, talked to some nice fishermen fishing for some walleye. And now we're headed into a wooded area here on this side of the lake, and here we've made it to the end of the lake. This is the dam spillway that is the official end of the lake. So we took the road up here, and then we decided to cut across this little pathway to get back up to the road over here. So following Ron's path through the brambles. And this will connect to the trail that's going to take us right back to the campground. And here we are finally on the trail back to camp. This trail here is pretty easy. You could probably even take your bike on it if you wanted to. There are also some nice benches along the way that you can sit down, and you've got, of course, the beautiful lakeside view. And again, Ron is in the lead. We're going to see how far ahead he gets before he realizes I'm not right behind him. And there you can see the campground. We are so close to the end of our journey, which is a good thing because I wore my glacier socks, but not my darn tough hiking socks, and I think I got a little blister. We're gonna come up here, hit the cabin area, and then go on and find Belle and take a break. So here's this very end of the campground. A lot of these are tent sites, but there are some RV sites down here. And here are the little cabins that I talked about. And there are three little cabins. They have water spigot on the outside, beds on the inside, table and chairs. They have a fire pit and their own little docks.